Sutra. But then they meet a knowledgeable guide, skilled in avoiding all the potential harm, including the toxins of the yakshas and others. This mentor begins to lead the travelers off that dangerous path, saying, "Beware, everyone. What business has brought you onto this road? What kinds of special skills do you have to avoid all those dangers?" Hearing that, the confused travelers realize that they are on a dangerous path and turn back, attempting to escape. The kind guide then tells them to join hands, takes them by the hand, leads them off the dangerous path, and helps them avoid the deadly peril. When they reach a safe road, the travelers are relieved and calm down. Their guide then says to them, "Take care, confused ones, never to get back on that path again. Once on it, it is hard to get off. It can destroy a person's very nature and life." The travelers who had been lost, confused, expressed their deep gratitude, and as they are about to part, the mentor says to them, "If you see those dear to you and any other travelers, whether you know them personally or not, be they men or women, tell them that the dangers and evils on their path could destroy their very natures and lives. Do not allow them to unwittingly bring about their own deaths." Commentary. But then they meet a knowledgeable guide, a good teacher. Who is he? He is a star Bodhisattva. He is skilled in laws of magic because of his finely wondrous and inconceivable wisdom through spiritual powers. He is good at avoiding all the potential harm. What kind of harm? All the harms that tigers, wolves, lions, yakshas, and the like can do, including the toxins of the yakshas and others. Yakshas are speedy ghosts who are very evil. This mentor begins to lead the lost travelers off that dangerous path, saying, "Beware, everyone. Hey guys, what business has brought you onto this road? Why are you on this dangerous road? What kinds of special skills do you have to avoid all those dangers? Do you have any spiritual powers that can subdue all the tigers, wolves, and lions on this road?" Hearing that, the confused travelers are extremely shocked and realize that they are on a dangerous path and turn back, attempting to escape. Only then did they realize that they made a mistake and walked down the wrong road. They want to back up immediately and leave this path of danger. The kind guide, a star Bodhisattva, then tells them to join hands, takes them by the hand, leads them off or pulls them off the dangerous path and helps them avoid the deadly peril. They get to avoid all the dangerous creatures such as tigers, wolves, and lions, yakshas, serpents, and vipers. When they leave the three evil paths and reach the safe road, the travelers are relieved and calm down. Their guide then says to them, the previously lost travelers, "Take care, confused ones, lost individuals, never to get back on that path again, the three evil paths. Once on it, it is hard to get off. People who enter the three evil paths do not live easily. It can destroy a person's very life. Someone walking on this path of danger will lose his life." The travelers who had been confused, lost, expressed their deep gratitude. Having heard such instructions from such a good teacher, a star Bodhisattva, they are very grateful and think, "This person is really very good to me." And as they are about to part, the mentor says to them, "If you see those dear to you and any other travelers, whether you know them personally or not, be they men or women, tell them that the dangers and evils on that path, that is the three evil paths, could destroy their very natures and lives. Do not allow them to unwittingly bring about their own deaths by walking on to the three evil paths and suffer endlessly. Sutra. In the same way, a star Bodhisattva replete with great compassion rescues beings who are suffering for their offenses and enables them to be born among humans and gods, where they enjoy wonderful bliss. Once those offenders are released from the suffering they experienced on the paths where their karma took them, they must never go down those roads again. They are like the lost pupil who mistakenly took a dangerous path and were led to safety by a kind mentor. They know how to never take the road again. Moreover, they exhort others not to get on the road by saying, "We took the road ourselves when we got confused, but we escaped and now we know better than to ever get on the road again. If we were to set foot on it again, we would get confused and be unable to recognize it as the dangerous path we took before. That being the case, we might lose our lives. The same holds true for falling into the bad destinies. Due to the powerful expedient means of a Bodhisattva, beings can be freed and gain rebirth as humans and gods. If they were then to turn around and enter into the bad destinies again, those with heavy karmic bonds might remain in their hells forever with no chance of escape." Commentary. In the same way, for these reasons, a star Bodhisattva replete with vast and boundless great kindness that bestows joy and compassion, that uproots suffering, like a wise teacher rescues all beings who are suffering for their offenses and enables them to be born among humans and gods, where they leave the suffering of the three evil paths and enjoy wonderful bliss in the human realm of the heavens or the heavens. Once those offenders are released from the suffering they experienced on the three evil paths, where all their offense karma took them, they must never go down those roads again. They should never want to fall into the three evil paths. They are like the lost pupil mentioned earlier who mistakenly took a dangerous path and were led to safety by a kind and spiritually powerful mentor. They know now to never take that dangerous road again. Moreover, they exhort others not to get on that road to the three evil realms by saying, "We mistakenly took that dangerous road ourselves when we got confused, but we escaped, liberated from the path of danger, and now we know better than to ever get on the road to the three evil realms again. If we were to set foot on it again, we would get confused, lost, and not be able to get out. And we would be unable to recognize it as the dangerous path we took before. That being the case, we might lose our lives. The same holds true for falling into the bad destinies. Due to the powerful expedient means and magical powers of wisdom of a star Bodhisattva, beings can be freed and gain rebirth as humans or gods. If they were then to turn around and enter into the bad destinies again, those with heavy karmic bonds from evil acts might remain in their hells forever with no chance of escape, unable to leave suffering and attain bliss. Sutra. At that time, the ghost King Evil Poison placed his palms together respectfully, addressed the Buddha and said, "World Honored One, each of us countless ghost kings of Jambudvipa bestows benefit and inflicts harm upon beings differently. However, karmic retributions cause those in my retinue to travel the world doing to do more evil than good. Nonetheless, when we pass by a household, a city, a town, a garden, a cottage, or a hut where there are men or women who have cultivated as little as a hair's worth of good deeds, even if they have hung up but one banner or one canopy, used a little incense or a few flowers as offerings to images of Buddhas or Bodhisattvas, recited the sacred sutras, or burned incense as an offering to even one sentence, or gather in them. We ghost kings will respect such people as we would the Buddhas of the past, present, and future. We will instruct the smaller ghosts, each of whom has great power, as well as the earth spirits, to protect such people. Bad situations, accidents, severe or unexpected illnesses, and all other unwelcome events will not even come near their residences or other places where they may be, much less enter the door. Commentary. At that time, the ghost king Evil Poison, a most vicious and mean ghost king who specializes in dealing with evil and vicious people, arrived before the Buddha, which leaves him no longer evil or vicious. He placed his palms together respectfully, addressed the Buddha, and said, "World Honored One, each of us countless ghost kings of southern Jambudvipa bestows benefit or inflicts harm upon beings differently. There are countless ghost kings in one world, not to mention that there are countless worlds, thus rendering the number of ghost kings countless. Each ghost king governs over different things. Some govern over those who hurt people, while some govern over those who plan to benefit people. How come there are ghost kings who hurt people and ghost kings who help people? Those who hurt people subdue bad people. Those who benefit others help good people. However, karmic retributions cause those in my retinue to travel the world, doing more evil than good. Why are ghost kings in the occupation they are in? It is because of their past karma. The retinues of us ghosts who go about different parts of the world are most evil. More are evil, and fewer are good. Although they are more evil than good, nonetheless, when we pass by a household, a big city, a small town, or a tiny village, a garden, a cottage, or a hut where there are men or women who have cultivated as little as has worth for good deeds, even if they have hung up but one banner or one jeweled canopy, used a little incense or a few flowers as offerings to images of Buddhas or Bodhisattvas, recited the sacred sutras such as the Shuragama Sutra, the Dharma Flower Sutra, the Avatamsaka Sutra, the Vada Sutra, and other Mahayana Sutras, or burned incense as an offering to even one sentence in a sutra, or a gatha, i.e., a verse in them. We ghost kings, every one of us will respect such people as we would the Buddhas of the past, present, and future. We will instruct the smaller ghosts, though considered small, each of whom has great power, as well as the earth spirits, to protect such people. Bad situations are situations that go against our wishes, such as a house caught on fire or some accident without reason. Accidents that occur unexpectedly, such as plane crashes or train derailments, severe or unexpected illnesses that never quite cure us and subdue one set of illness that leads to death in possibly less than an hour, and all other unwelcome, unpleasing, or inauspicious events will not even come near their residences or other places where they may be, much less enter the door. How could these bad situations, accidents, severe illnesses, and sudden onset of death reach a certain individual's home? The ghosts are there to protect, ensuring that everything is auspicious. Why is everything auspicious for them? By making offerings to the triple jewel, cultivating and doing good adverse events to not reach their houses. Sutra. The Buddha praised the ghost kings. Excellent, excellent. That all of you ghost kings join Lord Yama in protecting good men and women in that way. I shall tell Lord Brahma and Lord Shakra to make sure that you are protected as well. When that was said, a ghost king in the assembly named Lord of Life said to the Buddha, "Won't Honored One, my karmic conditions are such that I have a jurisdiction over the lifespans of people in Jambudvipa, governing the time of both their births and their deaths. My fundamental vows are based on a great desire to benefit them, but people do not understand my intent and go through birth and death in distress. Why is that? When women in Jambudvipa have just given birth to children, be they boys or girls, or when they are just about to give birth, good deeds should be done to increase the benefits of the household, thus causing the local earth spirits to be immeasurably pleased. The spirits will then protect the mother and child so that they experience peace and happiness and will bring benefit to the entire family. After the birth, or killing and injuring for the purpose of offering a fresh meat to the mother should be carefully avoided, as should parties that include drinking alcohol, eating meat, singing, and playing musical instruments. All those things can keep the mother and child from being peaceful and happy. Commentary. The Buddha praised the ghost king's evil poison. Excellent, excellent that all of you ghost kings join Lord Yama in protecting good men and women in that way. I shall tell great Lord Brahma and Lord Shakra of the heaven of 33 to make sure that you are protected as well. When that was said by Shakyamuni Buddha, another ghost king in the assembly, named Lord of Life, who controls human lifespans, said to the Buddha, "Won't Honored One, my karmic conditions are such that I have a jurisdiction over the lifespans of people in Jambudvipa, governing the time of both their births and their deaths. I am in charge of length of life. My fundamental vows are based on a great desire to benefit them, but people do not understand my intent and go through birth and death in distress. Why is that? When women in southern Jambudvipa have just given birth to children, be they boys or girls, or when they are just about to give birth, good deeds that benefit people should be done to increase the benefits of the household. Doing good deeds brings about an auspicious light which protects you. Having created good deeds and benefits that help the household, thus causing the local earth spirits to be immeasurably pleased, the spirits will then protect the mother and child so that they experience peace and happiness and will bring benefit to the entire family. After the birth, remember not to kill any being, or killing and injuring for the purpose of offering fresh meat, such as chicken, duck, or fish, or bring some delicious food to the mother who just gave birth should be carefully avoided, as should parties that include drinking alcohol, eating meat, singing, and playing musical instruments such as violins or flutes. All those things can keep the mother and child from being peaceful and happy.